This was my first time producing a movie, so I really wanted to tell a story that felt authentic and true to me and the community of South LA.
Get down! Money threw some virtual Jordans up here. You know how much that's worth?
Take heed! Heed is not being taken.
Dreux and Alyssa's story isn't only relatable.
You gotta get in there, baby girl.
It's really that good?
Because who hasn't had one of them days? But their dynamic feels really real.
Please can I have the road. What in the Medusa, girl? I almost on the song. Can make you wave at me.
They're each other's ride or die, but the friendship isn't perfect because none of them are. They encourage each other to become their best versions. They also kind of want to kill each other.
Do you know the passcode? I tried to get his favorite sex position. 69, 99, 469. 469? It's sure you better not tell you.
And that's real sister energy.
This is illegal.
Oh!
Girl, allegedly. Oh, damn. I thought you was a gun. You'll be able to get rid of me.
In theaters this Thursday.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love one of them days, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today I will be talking about One of Them Days. This is a movie review. So hopefully some of you guys went out and saw the movie tonight or yesterday. It was a very funny movie, I will say that. Now, I will talk about some spoilers, but I will let you guys know before I get to like the spoiler part of this movie. But yes, this was a very funny movie in my opinion. And of course, anything that's involving Issa Rae, y'all already know I'm always going to support. And when I heard she was producing this film, I said, you know what? I definitely got to go out there and I got to watch it. And I've been a fan of Issa Rae since The Awkward Black Girl. And ever since then, it's been crazy just to see how she's grown from that moment up until now. I mean, she is killing it with shows, movies. I mean, she's doing real good out there. And, you know, it's just crazy to see her growth. But she helped produce this film. The film was directed by Lawrence Lamont. And the film was written by Syreeta Singleton, who was also the showrunner of Rap Shit. And of course, she wrote for Insecure as well. Y'all know I reviewed that show, which we know was a very good show. But let's talk about the topic of discussion, One of Them Days. And for the people that's wondering, should I go see this movie? Yes, trust me, go ahead and go see it. If you want a good laugh, go ahead and check it out. I mean, go with some friends. This will be one of those movies where you're going to be cracking up. This is like a hood adventure type of movie. And when that trailer first dropped, I did see a lot of people talk about it kind of reminded them of Friday or whatever. Just some of the elements, not exactly, but some of the elements of Friday, I can understand why people would think so. But if you watch the film, it does have, you know, some things that's going to remind you of Friday without spoiling it. Of course, this is SZA's, you know, first movie that she's in. I believe this is her first time even acting. And her best friend in the movie is Keke Palmer. Now, Keke Palmer, she plays a character named Dreux, and SZA plays a character named Alyssa. And man, they go on a crazy adventure. And this movie, I mean, they got a lot of people in it. Of course, your boy Eamon Joseph, aka Uncle Jerome, he's in the movie. And every time I heard his voice, all I can think about is Snowfall. Teach a man's how to squabble. I mean, he's a straight up legend. But as I told you guys, every time I heard his voice, all I could think about was him, you know, in Snowfall, moving that weight, catching bodies. I mean, he was turning up, but he definitely did his thing in this movie. Now, I don't want to spoil it. I will read the plot for the movie. The plot of the movie is when her boyfriend takes her rent money, Alyssa and Dreux race against the clock to avoid eviction and keep their friendship intact. That is the plot of the movie. They pretty much got to get this money in order to not be homeless. You know what I'm saying? This is what they got to do. So we were seeing this journey in the movie with them trying to get the money. And of course, as they're going on this journey, more problems end up happening. It's like every time they, you know, get close, something bad happens. But spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Now I'm going to start talking about the spoilers in the movie. I just gave you guys the plot. You got a little, you know, intel of what the movie is about. So check it out if you have not seen it. Then come back and let me know what you thought about the film. But if you do need something to watch, this film is definitely worth going out there and see. Like I told you guys, go with some friends. Y'all will be laughing throughout the entire film. But let's talk about some of the things in the film. Your boy Cat Williams, he's in the film. I believe he plays a character named Lucky. He's like a homeless guy giving them advice. Had me cracking up throughout the film. And he just kept popping up. Like every time something went down, he's popping up at every location. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Alyssa, played by SZA, I mean, she was acting dumb as hell in my opinion, y'all. I mean, this girl was doing entirely too much. Y'all know her boyfriend, Keyshawn. I mean, this dude, he wasn't good for nothing but clapping those cheeks. That's all he did good, was clap her cheeks, and she was sprung. But we all know somebody, you know, that's sprung and will do anything for that other person as long as they getting clapped up. And that's what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? She didn't care what this dude did. And it was crazy because, you know, we had SZA, aka Alyssa, and Keke Palmer's character, Dreux. They was living together, but they had, you know, Alyssa's boyfriend living with them. He decided to go ahead and move in because Alyssa, she let it happen, right? And this dude, he's a straight up bum. Like, really? A bum? At the same time, Alyssa decides to give him the rent money. Like, who does that? Like, you're going to give this guy the rent money thinking that he's going to pay the rent? Like, come on. He ain't on the lease. He ain't about to pay nothing. Y'all know he got that money. He got the hell up out of there. So in the movie, we were seeing them trying to get this money back. And of course, their landlord, he's pissed off. He wants the money, telling them they got by a certain time to get the money or they getting the hell up out of there, which eventually that's what ended up happening. They end up not being able to get the money at first. And they had a crazy encounter with Big Booty Bernice. She was not going. And we know that Bernice was getting clapped up by Keyshawn. Like, really? And this is who Alyssa is messing around with. On top of that, they trying to get away, and your girl Alyssa decides to take a picture right in front of the location where Keke Palmer's character has a job interview at. Like, really? So now they know where you're at. And Bernice, she comes there and she beats Alyssa down. And we know Dreux, she came out there and she got beat up too. I mean, she beat both of these girls up at the same time. That scene was funny as hell. And it really did seem like it was pretty much over for them. Your girl Keke Palmer, she was real stressed out in this movie. And they did end up having an argument with Keke's character and SZA's character. I mean, at the end of the day, as I told you guys, Alyssa, she made a lot of stupid mistakes, but she always praised her friend. She always told Dreux she was good, that she can make it, and that she should believe in herself. We know in the movie she was like a waitress or whatever, and she's trying to move up in this particular job. So that's what we were seeing in this movie. She's just struggling. At the same time, we know Alyssa's character, she's a very good artist, but it's not really going nowhere. I mean, throughout the apartment, we see all these great paintings. We know Dreux was telling her, like, look, you can do a lot with this, but Alyssa doesn't really do anything. Now, thank God for Bethany, the white girl that ended up moving in that complex. She really did help out. I mean, with all her followers, she was able to post those paintings and, you know, tell them, or I guess tell her followers about the pop-up, and they were able to get this rent money along with the money that they had to pay King Lolo. Now, the movie, we saw SZA's character get these shoes, these Jordans, and that scene where she was trying to get those shoes was funny as hell. Like, really? She did what she had to do. They were able to sell those shoes for about $1,500, but those shoes belong to King Lolo, aka Uncle Jerome. He was not playing around, and when he found out about it, he told them, like, look, I need $5,000 by the end of the night or y'all both dead. So that's what they had to deal with. They already had to deal with Big Booty Bernice, you know, attacking them. Now they got to deal with King Lolo, which at the end of the day, in any hood movie, any hood adventure like this, you know, somebody is always going to come and help save the day. Which in this movie, it was Keke's crush. His name was Maniac or whatever. And throughout the movie, you can tell that she really liked the guy, and he ended up saving her. We find out that he was a fireman or whatever because he saves them from the apartment fire at the end of the movie. But they end up having a happy ending. You know what I'm saying? If you saw the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everything ended up, you know, real good by the end. And overall, as I told you guys, very funny movie. I mean, the whole thing with the payday loans, you already know. If you're from the hood, stay away from them payday loans. You already know those were bad. They continued to joke about that in this movie. Had me cracking up. Your boy Cat Williams had me cracking up. Desi Banks, he was in the movie for a little bit. Tony Baker, that whole scene at churches, oh man, that was funny as hell. And of course, the scene where Keke Palmer had to go donate blood to get some money. Man, that scene had me cracking up. And it's crazy because all the ways that they were trying to get money, you see this, especially if you grew up struggling. I mean, I've seen people have to donate blood, do payday loans, go to the pawn shop. You know, you got to do what you got to do to get this money. And they was trying everything. But as I told you guys, every time it seemed like they had the upper hand, something else ended up happening. And the white girl Bethany, who they didn't really mess with like that, she ended up helping them out the most because she was able to get, all those people to come there to that pop-up and buy those paintings. They was able to get all that money. So sometimes it's about who you know. You just never know who could help you out, right? And that's what I got from the movie. I mean, your girl Keke, she ended up getting that job. We know the lady that she had the interview with, she told her, look, I understand you had the best interview, and she grew up around the same area that Keke Palmer's character was from, so they did relate on certain things. But overall, this was a very funny movie. These two girls, they both had me cracking up. For this to be SZA's first movie, I think she did a very good job in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? She seemed like a natural to me. You guys can let me know how y'all felt. This was a good black girl adventure type of a movie. These girls went through a lot. Even though they kind of went back and forth, they stayed loyal to each other. Even though they was arguing, they was still right there, walking with each other. Yes, they both was on different sides of the street, but they always stuck together no matter what, right? And it goes to show you that even if you are from the hood, you can still make it. You can still do things good. It ain't over yet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to give up. If you got talent, if you're an artist, a hard worker, eventually somebody gonna see it. And when that somebody sees it, hopefully, you get the opportunity to show them exactly why you're so good. And that's what we saw in this movie. But Keke Palmer and SZA, they did their thing. I can't wait to see what's next. I mean, it would be crazy if we can see like a Keke Palmer and Issa Rae movie together where both of them are in the same movie. We know Issa, she did produce, but man, to see them in the actual movie, it would be crazy. They did a lot of promotion as well for the movie with Keke, SZA, and Issa Rae, and their chemistry is great. I mean, you would think they've been knowing each other forever, right? But they just all vibe together and have a good time, man. So hopefully we get to see more of them in the future. Down below, I want you guys to let me know, how do you feel about this film? Do you want to see more? Did it remind you of, some movies from the past? I mean, at the end of the day, to me, it was a very funny movie, something worth going out there to see over the weekend, just to have fun and laugh. But prayers to California. I know it is, real rough out there with those fires. I mean, it's crazy to see how everything is turning out, but I hope everything ends up being well for you guys that's out there dealing with that stuff. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.